But I think it is necessary to send back to you Epaphroditus, my brother, fellow worker, and fellow soldier, who is also your messenger, whom you sent to take care of my needs. For he longs for all of you and is distressed because you heard that he was ill. Indeed, he was ill and almost died. But God had mercy on him, and also on me, to spare me sorrow upon sorrow. I am therefore all the more eager to send him, so that when you see him again, you may be glad, and I may have less anxiety. Welcome him in the Lord with great joy, and honor men like him, because he almost died for the work of Christ, risking his life to make up for the help you could not give me. The story behind the writing of Philippians involves three main groups. First, we have the Apostle Paul in prison in Rome, and this was Paul's first Roman imprisonment from AD 59 to 61. Then we have the Philippian church in Philippi, which was a church that Paul founded on his second missionary journey. And then we have a key player, Epaphroditus, a member of the Philippian church. You see, Paul and the Philippian church had a very loving relationship. They cared about each other. So, when the Philippian church heard that Paul had been imprisoned, they were concerned for him. They worried that his ministry had ended because he was in prison. They decided to send Epaphroditus to check on Paul and to bring him some financial aid. So Epaphroditus set out for Rome. When he arrived there, he realized that Paul's situation was worse than the Philippians had known. They hadn't sent enough money, and so Epaphroditus stayed to raise more money or somehow aid Paul beyond what the Philippians had been able to send. But while Epaphroditus did that, he fell deathly ill. When the Philippians somehow heard about this, they became concerned for Epaphroditus. While Epaphroditus did recover, but he himself had heard about the Philippians' concern for him, and that made him distressed that they were so worried about his condition. Paul, in turn, was concerned for Epaphroditus because of Epaphroditus' concern for the Philippians. So he determined to send Epaphroditus back to Philippi. And that is the background for how Philippians was written. Paul wanted to tell the Philippian church that his ministry had not ended. He was able to witness to the people around him. He was able to pray for the churches he had planted. Also, he wanted the Philippian church to no longer be anxious about Epaphroditus, but to know that he had recovered, that God had been gracious in that. And so around AD 60 or 61, Paul wrote the book of Philippians, the epistle to the Philippian church, and sent it with Epaphroditus back to Philippi.